So it's exam season, or you might have a few final assignments coming up, but you've fallen sick. So what should you do? My advice to any student that's currently falling ill, or there's some extenuating circumstances that's happening that's impacting your ability to be a good student. My first step and my first tip, and the only tip I ever have for these with the students in this kind of situation, is you always need to reach out to your professors. Let them know what's going on and ask for an extension. Some professors are very lenient and they'll give you an extension right away. Some might be more strict and will funnel you through your departments and your universities or colleges accommodation policies, which then you just have to fill in a few paperwork and wait for someone to say yes or no to your accommodations and to your extensions. But this is always the first step you should always take. Never just pretend that in a couple of days you'll be fine, or that in a week's time you'll mend and heal from the situation that you're in, because oftentimes you need a lot more time to heal and mend. And if you don't give your body that time for you to get better, you're still going to be thinking about these situations. The remnants of the impact is still going to be there. So you really want to reach out and get accommodation and get the appropriate extensions that you need, so that you have a really restful period and you're not constantly thinking about school while you're trying to get better. For example, if you're really sick, getting an extension will help you, first off, to properly heal from whatever you have currently, whether it be you're really sick, you got in the flu, for example. You really need that time to really just rest up and not think about anything else. And a second thing, the second benefit here is, if you do get the accommodation, you get the extra days to properly work on the assignments, rather than having to rush the night before or pull an all-nighter or whatever it may be. So always reach out and get accommodation. And the first step always comes with talking to your profs. Some profs, again, are very lenient and will give you an extension right away, and some will funnel you through the appropriate processes, which might just be filling out a form and waiting. But these processes are so short and so easy to attain that it's definitely worth a shot. And there's no harm in submitting an email and asking someone for an extension, because in the end, if they do give it to you, you're the one that's going to get all the benefits. And if you don't, then you already know the answer, and you know how to appropriate schedule your time and days coming forward. But if you have fallen sick, or there's some extenuating circumstances that's happening in your life right now, make sure you reach out and get help. Make sure you reach out and get the extensions that you need. Never assume that in 2 days time you'll get better from the fever that you have right now, or that in a week's time you can finish the healing process, because that never works out in your favor. Oftentimes it takes a lot longer than we'd expect it. So it's always in your best benefit if you can always get more time than what you imagine. Of course, if you do think that it'll only take you 3 more hours to do, but you end up getting an extension, you get 3 extra days, like, you're gonna get the 3 extra days. You can submit it earlier if you want, or you get the 3 extra days to review your assignments. But all in all, my perspective on this is that if you can get the extra days and the extra extensions, that is always good in your favor, regardless of whether or not you need those days.